business as they came through the tunnel, determined to give their fans a reason to celebrate tonight. And the game arrivals sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. Traffic heading in and out of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. The setting for our broadcast tonight. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, if you ask Karl Anthony Towns, his greatest strength is his versatility. He said, "My dad taught it to me at a young age, and it's made my transition at every step of my career comfortable, having the fundamentals and foundation. I don't limit myself. I try to be great at all skills." Kevin?
Yeah, terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. Now that we have a second, let's take a quick peek at the rebounding numbers for the last handful of seasons for Capella.
He's really made that a focus of his game these past few years, and it's paid big-time dividends for him. He's become a much better rebounder, and it's increased his value as a player by leaps and bounds.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Young and Herter make up the backcourt, and it's Capella in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Minnesota, Malik Beasley out there with Russell. Then it's Culver, then there's Towns, and it's Johnson in at the 4-man position. We're in the middle of the season, Doris. Some teams now just beginning to find their stride, their rhythm. How do they now maintain it?
Yeah, I think at this point of the year, you've established your rotation. Players know when they're going to come in, when they might be subbed out. I think it's about sort of finding, keeping, and maintaining that rhythm and execution that should be very, very well ingrained in your guys' habits.
I know you've played this way, but when you know your role, when you know the minutes and the rhythm, as we were just talking about, I think for a player that's huge. Am I correct?
You are. Know your role and star in your role.
Always feels good getting that first one in the bank.
And will that get him rolling? Will it get his team rolling? This should be an interesting night.
They call him Red Velvet. Kevin Huerter, out of the University of Maryland, proved he can stripe it from day one.
One shot.
And Greg Herter, the 19th pick back in 2018. Sweet touch, and at 6'7". Good size at the shooting guard position.
And the Hawks general manager, Travis Schlenk, coming from the Warriors with Trae Young and Kevin Herter. The Hawks hoping they have a kind of Splash Brothers East.
And here's Young after the three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns. Nice D from Russell. And it's DeAndre Hunter with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Russell against Young. Here's Johnson, and Johnson with the stuff.
When Russell gets his teammates involved, it makes this entire team better, and it'll make him more effective at the point position.
Young taking his time here. And the rejection by Towns. Shoots a fader. And it's Capella missing.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
A shot by Culver. Nobody around. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
Shooting off the catch is about confidence. There, Culver demonstrating how it's done.
Outside Collins. In the corner. Herter with it. Makes it off the glass. Herter's got 5. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Outside, Towns. Inside. And then Culver with the dunk.
Well, that's how you bring out the best in your teammates. Towns is a prolific scorer, but guess what? He'll find you if you're open.
Young against Russell. Young, right side, and a wide open look for Capella. And Culver pulls it down. The Timberwolves have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. The shot's good.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Now, here is Young. He had 25 points last game. He kicks it to Capella. Outside Collins. Shot clock at 6. Capella finds Collins. No good on the triple. And the Timberwolves with possession. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Towns, no luck.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
Johnson, the pass to Beasley. And here's Russell. Floats one up. Second chance shot. Towns kicks to Johnson. Back to Towns. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
I'll tell you, most of the time this guy's going to finish that, but that was tremendous defense that prohibits him from completing the play.
They get it again. Good work defensively by Capella.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
And taken away by Johnson. Here's Culver. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And the decision-making proving to be outstanding. Culver just has a knack for taking advantage of the D in the open floor.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Listen, Greg, I don't fault the effort. That was there all night. It was the quality of play that was lacking. There was not a ton of cohesion. They've got to figure it out.
And the last 2 drafts, the Atlanta Hawks aggressively making trades to assemble this roster.
And drafting DeAndre Hunter and Cam Reddish, great length and versatility on the wing. You pair that with Trae Young and John Collins, and that's an exciting young core for the Hawks.
The Hawks shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Young.
You know, one dilemma that jumps out at me with the Timberwolves, over the years, they have been an excellent offensive rebounding team. It's the other end, the defensive backboards, where they have had some problems.
And so Young nails them both. And Doris, you're right. Over the last 5 seasons, the Timberwolves have been the absolute worst defensive rebounding team in the NBA.
And it's hard to understand, Kevin, because they have created second chance opportunities for themselves only to give it back on the other end. That's the kind of thing that can be demoralizing for your defense. You get a stop, but you don't finish the possession with a rebound. That can wear you out physically and mentally.
And Russell gets it to go.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Russell against Young. Pass to Herter. In the corner, Collins with it. 6 to shoot from deep. And Young with the basket on the assist by Collins. Young's got 5 points so far.
You know, the range Young has really is unlimited. He just feels comfortable shooting as soon as he crosses half court.
Now, here is Russell. He picked up 18 points in the last one against Sacramento. Puts it up. That one, no good. So the Hawks will take it the other way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Shots good from Young.
And having to respect Young's deep range defensively, hard to close off the lane.
Here's Russell. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark. Right now, he's averaging about 19 points a game. High, arcing shot, and Capella sends it back. Down low, poked loose. Here's Hunter. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
A floater. That one falls. 6 points for D'Angelo Russell.
Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. He dishes it to Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Young's shot is off. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against Sacramento. A nice shot by Culver. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Russell against Young. It's Young on the wing. Wants to get it to Collins and does. That's in, coming off the assist from Young.
How about the vision from the crafty little guard? Young excels at realizing when his guys have clean looks.
Beasley dishes to Russell. Puts up a 3, and another 3 for Minnesota.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Atlanta calls timeout. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, and their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
They were forced into tons of sloppy play, and I think they'll be looking to be more composed tonight.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. In the second half of February now, the power rankings have lots of statistical analysis to pull from. Look at Milwaukee. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And you know, right now, Atlanta, they're sort of cemented in this spot right now. Playing decent basketball, but not quite well enough to make up any ground and get into that next tier.
Here's Bembry. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Dedmon kicks to Bembry. A second chance effort. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Jarrett Culver.
And Kevin, this is why Teague is such a valuable player. You know, he's a solid shooter from anywhere, so he's able to space the defense. He can, with his handle, get inside the paint. There's a lot to like about Jeff Teague.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Teague. And doors for Jeff Teague. He's not expected to be the scorer on this team that he once was.
And for Teague, to me, that is a blessing, as he is much better suited as a distributor of the basketball. He's got great vision. He cut down on his turnovers, and therefore his assist numbers increased.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Okogie's checked in. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Doris, there are these players whose wingspans exceed their height by 6 inches or more. They're called +6s, kind of a new term. Talk about that with the scouts look into those numbers.
Well, one of the things you like to have in a defensive player is length and versatility along with that length. So guys who maybe their size lists them at one thing, but that length enables them to guard a little bit differently. Guys like Kawhi Leonard, Draymond Green, Montrezl Harrell, all of those guys might be listed a certain size, Kevin, but boy, their length is problematic and makes them such exceptional defensive players.
And here is Dedmon. after the three-pointer from Karl Anthony Towns.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Okogie misses.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
A nice shot by Teague.
What an amazing drive to the cup. Teague seizing the lane to the basket. Boy, defense has simply got to be better than that.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Passes it to Hernan Gomez. Here's Okogie. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Now Teague. Inside. Here's Jones. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Minnesota's gone 4 of 6 from long range here early on. Teague covering. With the teardrop. Rebounded by the Hawks. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
This is exactly what you hope for from your point guard. Jeff Teague unselfishly pulling all the right strings.
The Timberwolves shooting 44% overall here in the first quarter. Pass to Towns. Here's Okogie. There's the triple. Drops in the tray.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
We've got 1:48 left to play in the first quarter. Knocked loose. To the right side. Here's Lehman. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Hawks trail by 7. And here is Teague. He's coming off a 22-point game against Boston. The pass to Reddish. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Here's Bembry. No good there. Towns with the defensive effort. That shot, no good. And Atlanta will come the other way.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it.
Second shot opportunity. He lays it in. Towns has got his third basket of the night right there.
Fact of the matter is, Karl Anthony Towns could be a menace on the glass. Good luck with this guy.
Teague feeling it out a bit. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, Kevin, to me, this is about decision-making. And Jeff Teague's so good at creating opportunities to get to the free throw line.
And the first one at the line is good. He hits both from the stripe. Timberwolves leading by 7. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Okogie. His last outing, he had 8 points. Dedmon with the block. And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Back to Towns. Launches a 3. Another miss by Towns. It'll count. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And honestly, guys, in real time, I couldn't really see whether he got it off in time. But with the benefit of replay, it seems pretty clear that the clock expired just before the release.
And they're keeping the call as is. It was close, but he had not released it before the clock had expired.
Yeah, still better safe than sorry. I think they did the right thing to take another look at it. And if it's so close that you can't tell by the naked eye, might as well go to the slow-mo.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. We come back right after this. The former #1 pick overall in 2015, Karl Anthony Towns, spoke about the aspirations of this team.
Every single day we're thinking about how can we be the team that we need to be to not only make the playoffs, but to make it deep into the playoffs and give ourselves a chance of being a championship team. We have so much talent. We have great veterans. We have a great front office, a great coaching staff. So with all that on our side, we feel we have a great chance to find that way to success.
That's one step at a time, Greg. That's the mindset to have.
Yeah, you can't have too much too early. But with Towns leading the charge, this team is in great hands.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, they've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Okogie in at the 2 guard. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Towns, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, he's got moves and counter moves inside. Towns makes the defender pick his poison.
Well, Doris, no doubt that Karl Anthony Towns is the star of his team right now and in the future.
I think, Kevin, for all the drama and all the turnover we have seen, the one constant has been Karl Anthony Towns' productivity. The question now for the team is, how do they build a title contender around him?
First one falls for him.
Boy, when you think about the skill that Karl Anthony Towns has, and you realize he's just getting started in the league, his future is truly off the charts. By the midpoint of his career, we could be talking about him as one of the most skilled big men to ever play the game.
And Towns drops them both. And with the offensive tool set of Karl Anthony Towns, Doris, he could see MVP consideration in the future.
Well, what we know about Karl Anthony Towns certainly is that each and every night he has a major impact for his team. And consider, he's still growing as a player and ironing out some areas. But this guy is going to be a star for a long time, no doubt.
Teague, the pass to Jones, throws down the alley-oop slam.
And hard to decide which was better, the pass, the catch, or the slam.
Oh, there's no wrong answer. Sensational alley-oop. Pass to Spellman. Here's Okogie. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Doris, last season, rookie Josh Okogie ended up contributing more than the franchise thought he would.
Yeah, he was terrific as a 3-and-D player for the Wolves. This guy could end up being the steal of the draft, sort of in that Robert Covington mold.
And he makes the first.
And you think about the Wolves' history. KG clearly their best player, but Big Cat has a chance to reach that level someday.
He does, Greg, and I think we always look through KG's legacy being defined by passion, commitment, and leadership. That was as important as his basketball skill. Karl Anthony Towns is similarly talented, right? I think the key is he just needs to find consistency. That's the last step.
T kicks to Jones. Passes to Dedmon. Outside Teague. And he gets the bucket. Teague's got 8 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Pass to Okogie. Teague covering. The pass to Towns. Clock at 6. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Reddish grabs the rebound, but they recover it. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. And getting very close to seeing our final list of contestants for the dunk contest. And you know everybody in the discussion right now really wants to compete.
I mean, who wouldn't? I mean, if you got the hops and the repertoire, you want to show what you can do.
And you look at Collins, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
And we're getting closer and closer to having our contestants determined. So be sure to stay tuned as we'll be bringing you updates very, very soon.
And partner, if we had the contest today, I'd be happy with the group we have right now.
Here's Layman. Dedmon defending. That one good for 2.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Atlanta calls timeout. And Doris, you played point guard. What do you like to see from that position?
Well, I'm going to go back to the Showtime Lakers, which was my first team that I adored when I was a kid watching the NBA. And the reality is this, Kevin, I love to see teams play in transition, get out in the open floor. What's better than watching Steph Curry cross half court with a full head of steam and the defender knowing, oh, good God, anything could happen here. He might pull a three. He might finish in spectacular fashion off the run, or he might find a teammate for a momentum-building three. Like, get in transition and run, baby. Unbelievable. He blew that. Look, guys, no clue what went wrong there.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And a quick look here at some of the numbers for Towns.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Friday, they'll be matching up against Gordon Hayward and the Boston Celtics. Then on Sunday, the New York Knicks coming to town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And Kevin, I think you have to look at this as an opportunity to take a step forward. Sometimes tough road trips can bring the best out of a team and bring you closer together.
And he knocks down the first one.
Pretty obvious Young believes in his ability. A fearless shooter who also does a good job at orchestrating the offense.
Good on both.
You can tell when he steps to the line the kind of confidence he has in himself. It's written all over his body language.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, the Hawks said they were going to be patient when they rebuilt their team, and they were going to do it through the draft, and they've stuck to that script. Now, Trae Young is probably the biggest name, but Atlanta's added a lot of great young talent in the last 3 years. There's John Collins, Kevin Huerter, and in 2019, the Hawks added 3 more good young players in the draft. DeAndre Hunter, Cam Reddish, and Bruno Fernando. Things are looking up in Atlanta.
I would think so, too. On paper, it looks good. We'll see if it materializes. D.A., thank you as always. Minnesota leading by 5. Over with it. A 17-point game for him in the win against Sacramento.
And the other thing, guys, he really got after it on the backboards. What a complete game for this guy.
And the dunk by Capella.
And how about the awareness Hunter possesses? Understands when one of his guys has an opportunity.
Minnesota's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Pass to Spellman. Russell with it. Fires from deep. Collins grabs the miss. Now, here is Young. He's got 9. The tray. A rebound by the Timberwolves. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And bottom line, they found ways to score. Credit the game plan going in. It was right on the money.
And that's not an easy environment to play in. To score at the rate they did on the road says a lot about their intensity and focus.
Now, here's Capella. Guarded closely. Collins finds Capella. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts it up from 12. And Atlanta again with the bucket.
Nice bucket, Clint.
Now Culver. He's got 11. Pass to Spellman. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Culver. Rebound, Atlanta. Capella's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Herter passes to Collins.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Minnesota in the lead. And Trey Young gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Now, here's Culver. He's guarded closely. Right at the free throw line. The Timberwolves again can't hit.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Basket counts. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
That was just a perfect possession, getting it in tight for the high percentage shot.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. In the corner, it's Hunter. Shoots over Culver. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
And then Culver with the dunk.
And Culver's been aggressive as well. And his shot is going down with consistency.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Hernangomez has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Timberwolves leading by 5. Pass to Russell. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Hernangomez kicks to Russell. And the slam dunk by Russell.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
And, Greg, you want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort. Well, this is the first full year now for Ryan Saunders. Let's remember he was hired by Minnesota full-time after an interim stint last season. And, boy, did the players love playing for him.
Just 5 to shoot. On deep, Collins. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Collins has got 7.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful, and because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
And here's Beasley. 11 points for him in that last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Yeah, don't forget how great he was drawing contact and getting himself to the free throw line. Picked up a ton of easy points there.
Russell kicks to Hernan Gomez. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Hernan Gomez has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And as we know, Doris, Ryan Saunders, the son of the late, great Minnesota legend, Flip Saunders.
Well, certainly the family has history with the organization, but in no way did Ryan Saunders get the job due to name only. This guy proved he can get wins from this Minnesota roster last year. For Saunders, he's known as a player development guy, and the ability to handle superstars is part and parcel to the job.
A shot by Johnson, no good. The Hawks trail by 7. Here's Herder, and no good that time. Excellent D there by Johnson. An even 3-on-3 break. And that one is good by Beasley.
Not everyone has the green light to take that free in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Young against Russell. Young outside. Gets that one to drop. A rare make, bumping him up to 3 for 10.
And the work ethic coming into play there. Yeah, I like how Young can just focus on the task at hand.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Timberwolves. Now the pass to Hernan Gomez. Kicks it to Beasley. Now here's Culver. Defense right on him. Pass to Russell. Fires the three. And another three for Minnesota.
Russell is continuing to develop that deep perimeter shot. He's got to continue to be a factor from there.
Young outside. Passes it to Capella. Over Russell. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Capella.
He's starting to heat up now. He's been much more efficient with the shot in this quarter than in the first.
1:25 left in the first half of basketball. Young against Russell. With some arc. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Herder. And 2 free throws coming up as the whistle blows. He barely missed that one. That's on D'Angelo Russell.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Hawks have been exceptional shooting free throws tonight, going 9 for 9.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Shoot 2.
That free throw, no good. So both teams changing it up here. Good on the second free throw. Timberwolves leading by 8. Pass to Towns. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Towns has got 12 in the game.
So polished, so assertive down low. Karl Anthony Towns comfortable in this area.
There's 47 seconds left now here in the second. And Herder gets it to go.
Yeah, they've gotten into a nice flow this quarter.
2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Teague covering. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Look out below, an airmail special by Cat.
Outside Teague. Jones kicks to Bembry. Rebound, Minnesota.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And that one released in time, but no good.
Well, that's big time hustle on the defensive end. Teague altering that shot thanks to his energy.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Karl Anthony Towns. An impressive first half and a nice start for you guys. How did that happen?
I mean, yeah, we had some great days of practice. You know, this is what happens when you got some days off.
Got the spring in your step again. Thanks, Karl Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They lead by 10. How about you, Shaq? What'd you think about Minnesota?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All five guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on the defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
That takes a level of aggression and a level of focus, and he has brought it all night thus far.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. The Hawks trail by 10. Checking out the group for Lloyd Pierce to start the second half. Herter the 2 with Hunter at the 3. Clint Capella is out there with John Collins. And it's Young in at the point.
And he's easily been their best rebounder tonight.
He's competed for every missed shot. Feels like he's quicker to the basketball than anyone else out there.
Stolen by Collins.
You love that defensive effort right there showing up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he may not have gotten the same attention as some of the other picks back in the 2017 draft, Greg, but John Collins out of Wake Forest has been outstanding thus far in his career.
Really one of the league's best kept secrets. Tremendous athleticism, also great hands, and just has a knack for moving to the open spot around that rim.
And that one falls for Collins. Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And
wow.
I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
I remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. 6 to shoot. Back to Herter. Out to the right wing. from 18 feet away, and that one goes long.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And that one is good by Beasley.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Knocks it loose. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson. His last 10 games, averaging 9 points per game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Yeah, just exceptional focus on these hard finishes. Young welcomes getting physical on the way up.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight.
And, you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
That's good from Young. Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. To the middle. Towns, the pass to Johnson. Chalk up 2 there. Johnson's got 6.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Minnesota leading by 6. Defended by Young. Here's Johnson. That one doesn't go. Good work defensively by Capella.
You know, missed that one, but still a really good start coming off the break. 3 for 4 now.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Maybe he rushes that just a little bit, who knows, but he couldn't have gotten a better look than that.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." And Kevin, given how it started for him in LA, many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. The Hawks trail by 4. Hunter with it. Culver covering. And it's Hunter with the jam.
And what I admire about Hunter is that opportunistic attitude. This kid just makes things happen.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Right wing. Towns down low. Capella's there. Shot clock at 5. Here's Towns. Rebounded by Capella. Capella's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Herter, no good.
I'll tell you, everything went right in terms of execution. He just can't get it to go.
Omari Spellman has come in for James Johnson. Reddish, he's checked in for the Hawks. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting from the field. 44%, not bad. Beasley with it. He's got 8. And Capella sends it back. And he gets it back. And that one is good by Beasley.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Here's Young. And he banks in the layup. Young's got 21 in the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Timberwolves have gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. So the Timberwolves called their first timeout.
And no doubt coach wants them to shore up their interior defense.
I think right now they're giving up way too many easy looks. That is a recipe for disaster.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Trae Young. Over the last month, getting it done. 17th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 players in three-point field goal percentage. He has been locked and loaded from beyond.
And like you were saying, one of the stronger scorers in the league. A tireless worker on the offensive end, and it's no wonder he's top 20 in points. Defended by Young. Collins grabs the miss. And Collins has got the ball here for the Atlanta Hawks. A 2-point game. The putback, great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Now the dish to Culver. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. He's guarded by Collins. Collins with some nice D.
You will have to finish harder than that if you want to convert in traffic.
Now, here is Young. Not a lot of room. There's the feed to Hunter. He kicks to Reddish. For the lead. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And Capella sends it back. Outside Collins. Pass to Hunter. Back to Collins. Intercepted. And now the Timberwolves on the break. They get it back. Towns kicks to Culver. Another miss by Minnesota. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 13 in the third quarter so far. Just above 50%. Reddish's shot is good.
Well, he knew what he wanted to do there. Uses that height to get a clean look over the smaller defender.
The Timberwolves trail. Passes it to Culver. Towns down low. Capella covering. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Well, every team goes into the draft looking for finishers like these. Here are the most efficient scorers among this year's rookie class. Second is Cam Reddish. And, of course, Jarrett Culver.
Well, I think it's safe to say these two have made the adjustment to the brand of defense being played in the NBA. Their shooting percentages are just fantastic.
No good on the free throw.
Make no mistake, Karl Anthony Towns has all the skills necessary to be amongst the best players in the league. What a problem he poses for defenses, guys.
Jake Layman's checked in for the Timberwolves. Atlanta also making some changes here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for John Collins. DeAndre Bembry comes in for Hunter. And it's Teague in for Trae Young. The Hawks have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Teague bounce pass. Now here's Capella. He has 6. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. And they pick up 2. Towns has got 17 now.
Well, don't sleep on the foot speed of Karl Anthony Towns. He's a factor in transition.
Atlanta calls timeout. You look at Towns. He's really been playing well.
He's just really a one-man wrecking crew down low. And with this timeout, they've got to make some adjustments because he's been steady inside.
Juan Hernangomez, he's checked in for Minnesota. Okogie comes in for Culver. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Jones is checked in. Atlanta with the ball. They're on an 18-7 run. Teague, the pass to the Bembry. Five on the clock. Releases from 15. Jump shot is good. Bembry's got his first bucket of the night.
They seem to concede that shot, and his response is, thank you very much.
Pass to Lehman. Here's Towns. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
Well, so effective with that jump shot. Karl Anthony Towns is a problem on the offensive end.
Now here's Teague. He's guarded closely. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And this is his third trip to the line tonight. That free throw, no good. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Russell's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
Well, a little shaky from the line, and instead of putting them in front, he's only able to tie it up.
Knocked away. Now the Hawks moving it the other way. Here's Bembry. And Lehman pulls it down.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
There's the pass to Russell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
We've talked about this guy's ability to get to the free throw line. Towns in incredibly tough cover.
He's made 3 of his 4 free throw attempts in the game.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. No good on the second free throw.
Out in front now, although he left 1 point on the board right there.
And, of course, there's no questioning Cam Reddish's talent level. Greg, he has a high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, great size, length, the fluidity as an athlete. He can make an impact at both ends of the floor. Shoots the 3 well for a young player, and you love his ability to match up, really 1 through 5.
Russell feeling it out a bit. Here's Towns. Back to Russell. Detman with the block. They retain possession.
Taking a look now at some numbers for Reddish. How last month turned out for him, he's around 14 points per game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I'll tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
The first one falls. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Here's Teague, 11 points in the game. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Russell, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
And guys, this is where their depth really comes into play. They've got such talent at that position. They'd love to have him out there, but they won't suffer much of a drop-off.
Free throw good, Teague. And so Teague hits 2 free throws. Minnesota's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Here's Okogie. 5 points in the game. And Jones pulls it down. And Teague's got the ball here for the Hawks. They lead by 1. Towns with the steal. Now here's Culver, the fast break chance. And laid in to finish the break. Culver's got 15. A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Pass to Dedmon. Over in the corner, Reddish. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And let's check out some of the numbers here on Karl Anthony Towns. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. 2nd in rebounding, 3rd in blocks, and he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And again, look what he's done so far this season. Wiping the boards clean, ranking 2nd in the league in rebounds. Outstanding effort. And free throw good from Reddish. Both shots good from the stripe. Timberwolves trail. To the inside. Layman. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Outside Teague. Passes it to Reddish. Shoots. Atlanta again missing.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Took him no time at all on that one. And it's a 3-point Timberwolves lead.
And I love the rhythm Culver plays with. It's what helps him create the space to knock these shots down.
Back to Teague. Towns with the steal. Oh, and here comes Culver all alone. Lays it in off the breakaway. Culver's got 19 points.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
T kicks to Dedmon. Here's the 3. That shot is off. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Count that bucket. Culver's got 8 here in the quarter.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. And load the plate. .127 left in the third. Here are the top shooters from deep this month. These guys have been raining down threes lately. Second, Karl Anthony Towns.
Sometimes a three-point shooter gets into that rhythm and just keeps carrying it over. That's been the case for him the entire month.
And that one misses. The Atlanta making some changes. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Damian Jones. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Bembry. And he sinks the second. There's 1:26 left to play in the third. Now Culver. He's got 21. And the layup's good off the glass. He's got 23.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
A nice shot by Teague.
Jeff Teague really starting to percolate, boy. When he finds his rhythm, he is dangerous.
1:03 left in the third quarter of the game. Pass to Towns. The pass to Lehman. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Timberwolves have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
Atlanta making a switch here. Hunter's checked in. The Hawks trail by 8. Outside Teague. 36 seconds left in the third. And it's slammed in by Teague.
Don't you simply love the ability of Jeff Teague to keep the defense off balance? He is lethal in these pick-and-roll environments.
Timberwolves leading by 6. Teague covering, kicks it to Towns. No good from outside.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
Here's Herter. He's got 12. Dedmon makes it off the glass. And now just a 4-point Minnesota lead.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
And Greg, you know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
The third quarter comes to a close. Timberwolves lead by 4. And we'll get it going after this from the Target Center. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
And Greg, nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. They've got Beasley. He's out there with Culver. Johnson is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward. So that's the Timberwolves 5. The Hawks trail by 4. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
How about that determination from Jeff Teague? I'll tell you what, lean frame doesn't mean he's not capable of bringing the physicality.
That one is off. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves leading by 3. Beasley right side. It's off target. He's 4 of 9 from the field. And it's the Hawks ball. Pass to Dedmon. Back to Herter. Culver with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Culver's got the ball. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Jeff Teague.
And what makes Culver difficult to defend, it starts with the footwork and then the change of pace, and you give him that ability to just rise up and shoot over you.
And the Hawks making a change here. Collins is checked in. Here's Teague, and it's slammed in by Teague.
Oh my goodness, the vicious dunk by Jeff Teague completes the drive with a big-time attack of the rim.
1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Minnesota shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Here's Culver, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yet another player from the 2019 draft class who wasn't a top high school recruit. Jarrett Culver, 3-star guy, thin, unrefined, but in that sophomore year of college, boy, did he surprise some folks.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. And Greg, when you talk about Culver, the one thing he did show in high school and again showed at Texas Tech, the ability to score.
Yeah, and he creates and makes shots against great defenders. Every team in the NBA is looking for that. His jumper, his handle, his ability to move without the ball, already NBA level stuff.
Young passes to Collins. Back to Young. Shot clock at 6. And Culver pulls it down.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And that one is good by Beasley.
How about the recognition from Culver? Terrific at realizing when the defense has broken down.
Here's Young. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Jarrett Culver. That free throw missing. Omari Spellman has come in for the Timberwolves. And the second free throw, good. Here's Culver. And that one, good. Culver's got 16 here in the second half.
I'll tell you, Culver has an array of moves once he gets into the paint.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. There's the foul. That's against Minnesota. That free throw good from Young. And so Young nails them both. Minnesota leading by 6. And stolen by Jeff Teague. Capella dishes to Young. Back to Capella. It's deflected. Culver with the steal. Beasley with a clean look. That one wide left. The Hawks trail by 6. Teague the pass to Young. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
For those just joining us, 4th quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And here's Culver. Ones comes over with the double team. On the wing, Johnson takes the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got rebound number 13 with that last one. It's Collins with the drive. And finished off by Collins.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Minnesota's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Culver passes to Spellman. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Towns against Capella. 5 to shoot. Here's Culver. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Clint Capella.
And how about the attitude Culver's playing with right now, doing his best to make things happen on that drive.
Shooting 2.
Free throw drops for Culver.
And Culver's game just screams potential. Already a good scorer, rebounder, and passer. Now the next step, improving that outside shot.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2.
And after attempting no free throws in the first half, now he's putting the defense back on its heels.
And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Young passes to Capella. Over Beasley. That one off the back iron and out. Minnesota leading by 3. To the paint. Here's Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
Well, when you see a Karl Anthony Towns who's engaged on the offensive end, he believes he can score from any spot on the floor.
Young passes to Teague. Right side, Collins. And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Now, here's Culver. Teague covering. Culver with it. Clock at 6. Towns wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. Towns has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, this is just another weapon that Cat has at his disposal. A 7-footer with a sweet jumper off the pass. How do you guard Karl Anthony Towns anyway?
Hunter, no one around him. That's good, and so Teague with the assist. Teague's got assist number 5 here tonight. Culver kicks to Johnson. To the inside. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Spellman, no good. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Trailing by 5. A nice shot by Teague.
I'll tell you, how about a high percentage opportunity from Jeff Teague? As a scorer, you love to get those easy ones.
Now, here's Culver. Passes to Towns. He kicks to Culver. Towns trying to get open. And Culver gets it to go on the assist by Towns. Towns has got 5 assists tonight. The Hawks trail by 5. Here's Young. And almost gets it to go, so he'll shoot 2 here.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
Free throw good from Young. Jake Lehman's checked in for Amari Spellman. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Really getting after the defense since the break. He's so hard to keep off the line when he pushes the action.
Teague against Beasley. And Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Capella. Minnesota calls timeout. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Ryan Saunders told his team. With this game in the balance, he really came after his guys. He said, this is our time. Right now, be in the moment with each other. Do your job, and I promise you we'll win this game. Back to you.
Teague inside the line. A rebound by the Timberwolves. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Towns. Beasley against Young. The pass to Johnson. Down low. Here's Towns. Can't hit that one. Good work defensively by Capella. Young drives in. Good on the bucket. Young's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, terrific effort there by Young, really all night. The defense has tried to make adjustments, but he's just stayed one step ahead of them.
Now, here's Culver. He's covered closely. Towns down low. Capella's there. Another miss by Minnesota. The Hawks trail it. Hunter with it. Now guarded by Towns. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And there, just through activity, Hunter keeps the pressure on the defense.
He misses the free throw.
An athletic forward with a versatile skill set. Hunter has also proven he can come up big in big moments.
Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Jeff Teague. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Minnesota's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And he comes up with the deuce. Here's Young. Well, it's definitely within striking distance now.
Yeah, but they've got to make each possession count on both sides of the floor.
And the basket is good.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Minnesota in the lead. Now Culver. Pass to Towns. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Towns has got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Timberwolves. And so Young will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Kicks it out to Collins. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Out to the right wing. Here's Culver. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Young outside. Inside. Here's Capella. Towns with the defensive effort. Minnesota leading by 6. And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Huerter. From deep three-point range, it's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
Defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
The offensive rebound. Count it. 30 points for Karl Anthony Towns.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
And here's Young. Pass to Huerter. Back to Young. 6 on the shot clock. From outside, off the mark.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Snatched up. Towns got a hand on it.
And putting that 7'2" wingspan to good use. Hunter can be an elite defender if he keeps working at it.
Minnesota making a switch here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Atlanta calls timeout.
And he could tell his guys starting to wear down a little bit. Call time to just let them get their legs back under them.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
The Hawks trail by 5. Pass to Capella. In the corner, Collins with it. Young in the corner. A beautiful reverse layup. Young's got 13 points now in the quarter.
Boy, as we reach the latter stages, he's been in a ridiculous groove. They simply can't get over the hump.
Culver with it. And the Timberwolves call time here.
And they're picking up a lot of fouls already in the penalty. Not a good sign. They need to focus on moving their feet and maintaining a good defensive position.
Hawks on D. It's a three-point game. Back to Towns. No good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. Here's Young. Collins trying to break free. Young's shot is off. Minnesota's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So one free throw coming up.
Oh, needing a bucket there. Towns doesn't hesitate.
The free throw drops for Towns. The Hawks trail by 6. Now, here is Young. And the pass to Herter from the arc. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Towns, nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Towns has got 35. Atlanta's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Young drives in, and he gets it to go.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Timberwolves leading by 3. Oh, Culver. Here's Towns. Grabs the rebound again.
And he's just eating glass right now.
Greg, 30 rebounds in this one. Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Rams check in for Minnesota. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
He knew what was riding on those foul shots and didn't mess around, making this a 2-possession game.
Young from outside. Rebound, Minnesota. I think Gomez has got 7 rebounds in the game. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth quarter. Connects from 3-point range.
And looking good there from distance. Culver fundamentally sound with his jumper.
Young dishes to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Minnesota shooting 44% in the fourth. The offense with some ups and downs. Grab the pass to Towns. No good that time. So Atlanta will take it the other way.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Ice in his veins. Young excels at stepping to the plate and delivering in the clutch.
Here's Culver. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock.
And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. Evans, he's checked in for Craig. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game. Atlanta calls timeout. They're behind by 5. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What's your take, guys?
No time to waste here. Quick bucket
and a foul.
Everybody has got to be in the exact perfect position defensively, and execution has got to be on point.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and Young kicks to Hunter. That three off the mark. And so it's Minnesota with it, and Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, tough break for him there. But they'd have a tough time coming back from this deficit no matter who's on the floor. Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Well, you want to continue to build the lead, so a very productive trip to the line right there.
Young's shot is off. And so the Timberwolves take the win. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.